Hey everybody, welcome to the video and welcome to Goodwill. We are here at a Gilroy Goodwill location, and you don't come here that often, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at everything. It's a larger Goodwill than we typically go to. I think we go to one, it's here in San Jose, it's not too far. It's pretty big. This one kind of eclipses all of them. Lots of clothes, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for hard goods. We're looking for computer parts. We're looking for electronics, glassware, what do you call it? Games. A little bit of everything except clothes. Well, actually, we do pick up some clothes in this video, so, but. Not to say that we don't pick up clothes, because we do pick up clothes from time to time. It's just if I don't find anything else on you, then maybe I'll go for clothes. But that's the last resort. So we are here. We go. We're walking around. We're gonna try to get to the ends. There is just just lines and lines of clothes. It's crazy at this one. Gilroy is in California. And it is it's considered the garlic capital of the world, what they call themselves. Used to live in Gilroy for a little bit, and it's really nice. A really nice kind of a small town feel still here in the Bay Area. You know, a lot of these larger cities, you know, like we currently live in San Jose, San Francisco. You know, they're huge, massive cities, but Gilroy still has that small town feel, and but it's growing too. I mean, it's growing. Everywhere around here is growing, and you know, pretty soon it's. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a big city already. So. But it's one of the last cities before you leave actual Santa Clara County, and then you go towards like you know, usually we drive through Gilroy when we're going down towards Monterey, down towards the beach. So I think I'm telling my son right here, you better go look after your sister. Cause we did bring the kids along and friends down to we're gonna go eat. And go down to the outlets over here. I do have a little snippet at the end of the Nike outlet. Gilroy around here is known for their outlets. They have a huge outlet area, and tons during the weekends. There is all kinds of people that come down to the outlets. So I don't find the prices at outlets that great, but they do have a Nike outlet, and the shoes there are better priced than if you were to buy them at the store. This hat here I saw, this is Destiny, the video game Destiny hat. I think it's by the developer Bungie, I believe. I'm not going to ultimately pick it up. Turns out not to be worth too much. I'm spending some time on these Apple USB Ethernet connectors, because I see a whole bunch there. I see a bunch of like Apple adapters. This guy needed help with the remote. And so I'm looking at the different adapters here. That there's a bunch of adapters, but they were priced a little bit too high. They're priced at over $7, almost $8 on those adapters, and you know, I think they were going for right around $15, and some of them were in free shipping. So I wasn't gonna match that. I mean, maybe. There must have been at least over 10, maybe 15 packages. And you know, maybe you can play the numbers game here and probably make about $4, maybe $5 on each one. And then, you know, multiply that times however many you have there, and ultimately you get, I don't know, maybe you make $50. But then how much are you spending to get that $50, right? How long is it going to sit there for? Are that many people looking for a USB to Ethernet adapter? So those are all the thoughts that are going through my head as I'm staring at this item and debating whether or not to pick it up. And I'm probably should be looking at other stuff right now, but I'm currently just trying to process all the numbers and crunch the numbers in my head to see if I can make it work. Ultimately, I'm gonna leave it behind. The buy cost is just too much. But I'm gonna find some great stuff at the end where the buy cost is really low and the sell cost, what I can sell it for, and the profit is high. So I was a little not bummed out, but just kind of like, man, why is the price so high? Because it has an Apple logo on it. That's why they priced it so high. So I'm gonna leave those behind. I'm not gonna bother with that. So I was still looking at different adapters, and they have a lot of cords and adapters and things here. So I'm definitely going to try to just take a peek. We don't have too much time to spend here. We just popped in really quick, close to the restaurant we were going to go eat at. So ultimately where we ate at. So I was going to just kind of scour the shelves and look for some good profit. I saw this little prepaid phone here, and I think I am going to look it up really quick and just see. Meanwhile, I'm thinking about the glass. I didn't really get a good look at the glass stuff, so I'm going to definitely go back, take a look at it really quick. See just a little label maker. Nothing. I don't know. Label makers, you have to look them up. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. And so, because I sold a label maker not too long ago. I think it was a Brother label maker, and that sold pretty well. But yeah, this phone isn't worth it, so I was gonna leave it behind. And typically at when you're going to a Goodwill that you don't go to that often, or brand new Goodwill, I'll tend to go first to what I know, and or look out for stuff that I'm very, very familiar with. And usually I went to the glass, because the glass is where they'll put like their high-end stuff, maybe like your Apple products, your video game, your controllers. Because last time I was here, I got a special edition Nintendo controller that sold relatively quickly. So I'm gonna take a look at these. They have a bunch of these laying around. I'm just gonna see if there's any profit on it, but I'm not gonna find anything. Bunch of boom boxes there. Nothing really looking exciting to me. Right over there. And then looking at the lamp products. My wife is looking for her kids. They're there. They're over on the opposite side. It is back to school season, so they are probably looking for clothes as we speak. So I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I see the kids' heads floating around out there in the sea of clothes. But as you can see, I mean, this Goodwill is huge. We have another thrift store called Hope Thrift, and the building it's in is just massive. It's almost as big as this one. Hope Thrift they price relatively high. I think it's even higher than Savers. So, which is why I don't usually go there. They have some weird hours too. So I always, when we do feel like going there, it's just kind of like the hours they're already closed, or they're not even open yet, or they're closed for that day. So, and every time we've gone there, it's just the prices are just way too high. So, much rather go to Savers or Goodwill, and there's several in the area. I see this little learning electronics thing, but after opening up and looking at it, I was like, oh man, I'm not sure if I want to try to figure out what's all in there. Looked like a project to try to figure out if things are in there. You know what I'm looking at right now? Now that I'm looking at the video, I see like a word processor thing down there. It might have been a modern typewriter, a word processor. I probably should have looked at. So, but nonetheless, I didn't, and I'm still moving on down. We're looking for something. As you guys are watching this video, let me know. Let me know if you spot anything here that I'm missing, that I should be picking up, I should be looking at. Checking out some keyboards here. I saw a SIG or SIIG, which is a better brand of kind of like generic keyboards. Sometimes they have some unusual keyboards, keyboards that you can use if you have a computer or any type of device that can accept a keyboard input hooked up to your TV. And they'll usually have like a little touchpad on it, or I have one that has like a rollerball mouse on it. So, and it's a rollerball mouse you hold in your hand, and it's keyboard too. So it's kind of cool, and they're pretty well made. So if you do see them, and it's kind of an unusual keyboard, I'll definitely look it up. So this is I'm gonna put this in a cart, but I'm ultimately not gonna get it. This is from Disneyland. And it's a lightsaber, Mickey Mouse lightsaber. So it has the Mickey Mouse head on it as the active button to activate it. But it cost about $11, almost $12. So it wasn't going to be worth it with the comps. But that is from Disneyland. It's a Disney park. So if the buy cost was lower, I would have purchased it. But here I'm looking at something on the shelves. I'm going to grab that Angry Bird. I'm going to double check comps. I'm pretty sure it's a good buy. But I'll definitely show it later on in the video. But it's definitely something to look out for. Angry Bird plush, especially the larger ones, medium to larger ones, you want to look out for. And at least look them up to see what they're currently going for. And that one was a buy. I think that one was about $20 is what it goes for. So, little kids here in this toy area. So we're still scouring everything. We're still looking at the games. See, they have like those Ozzy Osbourne pop figures. Those things aren't worth anything. But they're floating around at every single Goodwill in my area. I wish they would just get rid of them. Burn them all. I'm tired of seeing them. They're not worth anything. I don't even know who's buying these things. When I first started seeing them, I tried to comp them, but they weren't even out there. Nobody was even trying to sell them. So, I don't even know where they came. I've never seen them before until Goodwill. What am I looking up? Oh, I'm looking up the hat. I'm looking up the Destiny hat. So I'm gonna find out that it's not a very good buy.
Disney parks.
Check out the bags. I didn't realize the purse section was on this side of the store. So I'm gonna circle back and definitely check out the purses, just because I've been having such good luck with purses. So try to keep that luck going. Taking a look at some backpacks here. Nothing very good there. In Gilroy, there's a lot of new construction, a lot of people moving in. So I don't know. We don't come to this one enough to know if a lot of stuff is coming here from people that are just moving in or they're moving out. So there's a lot of new home builds. And one thing about new home builds that I've noticed, we used to live in a new home build as well, is when people move in, they tend to move out relatively quickly. There's some people that like move in all of a sudden, they're moving all their stuff, and usually about a year goes by or so, and they're already moving out. And so there's a lot of new builds in Gilroy. So I'm hoping, or what I'm kind of hoping, is that people are donating a lot of stuff, or people are moving here and then they're donating a bunch of stuff. Maybe they don't want to buy all new stuff for their new house, and they're donating most of their older stuff to Goodwill. There's also a lot of older, you know, a lot of families here that you know lived here for many years, many years. So you know, this Goodwill definitely has a ton of potential. And even though it's so large, it is filled with a lot of stuff. Because I've been to some Goodwills where they're tiny and they're barely filled. There I am, just double checking the Angry Bird comps. But there's some Goodwills that are tiny and there's barely anything on the shelves. I'm like, what the heck? Every time we come here, consistently filled shelves, filled with clothes. A good Goodwill has tons of potential. It's just the only problem with it is it's about probably with traffic and stuff. Probably about, I mean, not, it's not a crazy drive. It's a 30-minute drive from our house, so it's not like out of this world. But you know, I have 4 Goodwills really close and a flea market, so we don't really need to add this to the weekly rotation. But we might, you know, just depends. You never know. You never know. So checking out the end caps. And more end caps. Let me know what you guys think of this Goodwill. Let me know. Like I said, if you're seeing stuff that I don't see, if you think this is a great Goodwill or not, should I even add this? Should I even be coming back to this Goodwill? Should I come to this regularly? So, and it's kind of right in the middle of the city, so it's not like it's that it's out in the middle of nowhere. So we're scanning. There's some blue glass on the end there. What did I see? Oh, a candle. Potentially a candle to buy, but no. Yeah, and there's plenty of outlets. The outlets are right around the corner from here, so I don't know if they get stuff from, like, all those Apple things. They're all brand new. Where do they get them from? Do they get them from the store? Did somebody just have them sitting around and they just donated them all? I mean, that's a lot for one person to have. Alright, we came around the corner. We're in this little section. It's kind of like a little, you know, a little electronic, miscellaneous tools. And here I'm spotting these Pottery Barn tiny little boxes. And they're full of little iron rings. Looking them over. And Pottery Barn. As soon as I see Pottery Barn, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a look really quick. Pottery Barn is a, you know, it's a high-end brand, and so the items coming out of there are pretty expensive. If you go straight to their store, we have a Pottery Barn in our town, in our city, and everything there is expensive. And look at these comps right here for these rings. Got 40, 38, 35. There's one there for 26. These ones all look brand new, still wrapped up in the package. These are all used comps, mind you. So I'm just going to quickly, what was it? What are they going for new? And so upper, you know, we got, now we're in the 50s. So around $40, $50. And they're $4.49 a box. So, and there are 8 boxes. I'm just going to double check, make sure that is what's in there, and it sure is. So it looks like somebody probably bought all these, and like I said, there's a lot of new builds in Gilroy. So maybe someone bought all these, they were going to use them in their house, maybe they changed their mind. And all the newer houses, I don't know if, you know, if people notice this, but a lot of the newer houses have lots of windows, and so, which is why there's probably either 8 boxes of these things there, or maybe someone overbought. So I'm going to take those, definitely. We got about at least $300 in profit in these tiny little boxes. Look how small they are. You know, they are a little weighty, so, you know, they may weigh close to a pound, maybe a little bit less. They had some good weight to them, so they were definitely good quality. Just double checking the random box.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I mean these things just throw them in a bubble mailer and boom, they're gone. So perfect pickup, just what I was looking for. Something in a lot, big quantity, big profit, and easy to ship. Piece of cake. So that was a good little find, really quick. Pay for the gas I took to drive down there, which wasn't very much, but nonetheless, it's still something. So there we go. So just like that, we have about probably about $300 in profit there. The Angry Bird is probably about probably about $15 to $17 in profit. I think the buy cost on that, I think it was like $2 or $3 to buy that. And again, just some little, what do you call it? They're like little wedges, or I forgot what they were called. But you kind of, like if you need like a little spacer thing. A lot of like little home improvement things here that. And again, just because there's a lot of new builds in Gilroy, a lot of new houses going. There's new houses going up as we speak. There's new houses going up. So, it's one of the kind of the last few areas of open land. So,
Which I just found. Oh, what'd you get?
Let's see. Another little end cap, some more pottery. I'm just going to show my wife what I found really quick.
Oh, I saw those boxes.
That for something a box.
Art on the back. So here's some large items, large TVs. I don't really deal in TVs. The shipping will kill you. Shipping will be a killer there, and no one's gonna want to pay the high shipping for a TV. When there's great deals like on Amazon for TVs and with Prime shipping and everything, you really can't compete there.
Where are the purses
So here we are, the hats. Let's take a brief look at the hats. I've definitely slowed down in hat buying.
This right here too. They're like $20.
Just because they're not really moving that quickly.
They want $11. It's the official. It's the.
But I mean, I will still pick up a hat from time to time. Just if it's a good if it's a good a good profit item.
Is it against the opposite wall?
So
okay, I'm gonna make my way
I do find one hat here, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. And that's a Venom hat. And it's an old hat. Like the hat itself is old. And it was $4. Trucker style, and it had Venom on the front. Like the logo looks newer, but the hat definitely isn't new, so I'm gonna go ahead and scoop that up and do some more research on it, see what potential profit I can make on it. I hope. So we're gonna scroll on down. We're gonna go back to the end. I just I just found out the purses are all on the other side, so I'm gonna go take a look at the purses right now. So here we go. Just get a sense of the size of this Goodwill. I really couldn't even hear the music in this Goodwill. It was so big. And not something we're typically used to at the Goodwills that we, frequent. So, I think this is the only Goodwill, though.
Oh.
It's not the only thrift store, but I think it's the only Goodwill in Gilroy. So, there's one in there. I kind of want to take a look at these wallets really quick.
Look at this Venom. It's on a vintage auto hat. Venom. Vintage auto.
See what my wife thinks about it. Kind of unusual. All right. And here we go. Let's take a look.
I found a wallet over at
no,
San Carlos. I was going to show it to you. I forgot. I think it said Brady. It was vintage. I think it said Brady on it, if I remember correctly.
The lining was kind of...
Yeah, I'll have to show it to you.
It wasn't very good. So, looking for something vintage. Again, I feel like the lining was not good there either.
Well, it was worth it.
And looking for something vintage, maybe something designer, maybe maybe there's some the sports sack in there. They'll usually throw it out here in the sports sack. They'll usually throw out here to this. If it's a wallet, it'll be in this little wallet section. The purses will usually be hanging, but the sports sack is definitely something to look out for, especially their collabs. Because we have found the sports sack, Hello Kitty collabs, Gwen Stefani's collabs, and those all sell very well if you find one that they collabed with. But and just regular the sports sack, I just recently sold the sports sack cheetah print, and that sold quickly. I think I picked up for $2 or so, or $3, and it sold quickly for $15. And everything is falling on me. Wow. Saw this purse, thought it was kind of interesting, but nah, it's a Vera Wang.
Vera.
It's not.
What is that?
It's not a very good brand to pick up.
I'm like, I was thinking hamburger.
But I think it was probably the nicest purse on this wall. Might have been the best purse on this wall, but it wasn't a very good wall of purses. Yeah, another strange brand, and just didn't feel right.
Cat.
Horse. You'll find a lot of these more like Western-ish style, heavy leather. I don't know if I'd call that one I just picked up Western-ish, but a lot more country out here, so there's a lot more horses. People own a lot of ranches, especially as you're heading out here to Gilroy. But within Gilroy too, there's still horses, and sometimes you'll see people riding their horses along the side. So a lot of agriculture as well too. Still, that's nothing. And
Hey, Fred, do you need one of these?
I saw this.
I found the other end of this.
Little, those new style of Polaroid type camera cases. And those, what are they called? I think they're by Fujitsu or I forgot. But they're like Quick Picks or something. Those tiny little cameras that print out those tiny little Polaroids pictures. Those do pretty well if you can find them for a good price. They're usually priced up. And then my wife shows me this sweater, very vintage, very 80s inspired. And I mean, I'm already I'm picking this thing up. Whether we'll look at the comps and see what the comps look like, but very cool sweater. Extremely vintage and 80s. Cool. I'm already thinking. I'm thinking, what do you call it? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is what I'm thinking. But really cool. So we're definitely gonna bag that. Yeah. I'm probably gonna just Google image it to quickly. Oh no, it had the label on it. It said the classics. So. But I had it stuck on listed items. I don't think it was really coming up. The problem with some of these names, like name brands, if they're just like classics, a lot of people are gonna have just classic or classics in their, their title description. So if you're just searching that, it's not gonna really. It might not pull up exactly what you're looking for. So I just quickly Google image it to see what it's going for on different platforms, or what the style is going for on different platforms. So I think we'll go ahead and snag that one. And I did want to just quickly glance at the glass before I head on out of here.
Well, look at the glass really quick. Go down that end.
Yeah, the lightsaber. I'm not.
Here, can you put this back though?
It just cost too much.
Can you put that toy back?
$11 or so.
Goes in the toy section.
Had it been maybe $5, I definitely would have picked that up. That would have been about $20. It would have sold for about $20. So I'm a little bit thrown off. Not sure where everything's at here. There was a second glass area, but I put that at the end. We're already starting to check out, so. But I just wanted to glance over here at this again. I really didn't get a good look at it. So here we are, just nothing really. There's a projector there. Those Lego, they're like Lego game, like board games. They don't really sell very well, even for parts. They don't sell very well. They are Lego. They are Lego branded. There's different ones. I think there's a Harry Potter one. There's like an Egyptian one. There's several of them out there. But you basically build the game board with Legos, and even the dice is made of Legos. But they don't really have resale value. See, there it is. That was that was like a Greek version. But no value in those, especially because it's Lego and they're gonna price it higher. So you're gonna be paying a premium because it's a premium product, and you're not gonna be able to resell it. So there's some projectors down there. I'm like, oh, projectors. I don't really want to mess with projectors because the lamp could be out, and then that costs way too much to repair it. Either way, that's going to wrap up the Goodwill trip. Then next we're going to pop over to the Nike outlet. So I do have some footage at the outlet. Here it is, the wall of shoes. So we're over at the Nike outlet now. The kids wanted to come over here and take a look. Got some Air Max 97s there. Everything on the wall is usually it's all brand new. It might have been like
97's right there.
maybe broken in once, or it might have been a return or something. Not broken in once, like just worn once to try on and then sent for a return. But they're all 20% off the wall. So whatever the sticker price is, you get 20% off. And then I didn't realize they were doing like 20% off if you're a member at this point. So I was like, we got to the register. It was already the end of the day, and I'm like, you get another? So I get 40% off? I'm like, doggone it. I should have gotten another pair of shoes. I should have bought a pair of shoes, even though I don't need a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I probably should have bought a pair of shoes. That was a pretty good deal. Could have gotten 40% off of my whole order.
So
like, But this Nike outlet in Gilroy, I mean, they get so much traffic that it's usually picked over already pretty quickly. And so when it comes to shoes, look for something unusual, something cool. They had a lot of Pegasus. They had a lot of Air Max 97s. There was one pair of I don't know if I showed on it. There was one pair of Dunks, some Panda Dunk highs, and in hindsight, maybe I should have picked them up. Not really into. Like I said, I'm trying to get out of shoes. I'm trying to not be in shoes right now. The market's down on shoes, and so
some Scorpions.
What do we have here? Some Scorpions, some unusual ones. Let me know what you guys think about these shoes. I haven't tried them on yet. I really haven't found any in my size, but I don't know. They just look. I tried on the what are they? The 360s,
like 12s.
The Nike Air Max 360s. They have the air all the way around. It was kind of like the Vapor Max. I like the Vapor Max, but the these ones were just had one big fat air bubble on the bottom of the shoe, and those were not comfortable.
Small,
but I do like the Vapor Max. Here's a pair of Vapor Max. They're my size 2 11s, but I already have a pair.
You gonna try them on?
But they were nice. They're the newer version of that. Those definitely take some getting used to when you are trying on the Vapor Max. I highly recommend Vapor Max, but
damn, look at these.
They're not for everybody. It does have a different feel. It's unusual feeling when you're walking in them. But I'll tell you what, they're some of the best comfortable, best supportive. That air bubble's not popping. It's very durable shoe, and I really do like it. There's a lot of shoes I like. The Pegasus are amazing shoes as well too. It feels like it just feels like if you haven't tried a pair of Nike Pegasus, you gotta try them out.
Huh?
I think they're one of the most popular shoes, and when you're walking or running in those things, it just feels like a springboard almost. Really, especially the newer ones, the 39s. A great shoe.
Really small section for 11s.
I'm really looking for the there's the Dunk Highs. They're my size too, but other than I'm not really into the Dunk height. I mean, they're cool. They got that retro look, but I like more the unusual, more tech, more
too many shoes already.
More just. I don't find any here, but the ones I'm really looking for are like the what are they called, the Alpha Flies. They're like more for runners, marathon. They have that zoom right in front under the ball of your foot, and a huge like cushion. I think maybe it's a React material. I'm not sure. At the heel. But I've always been keeping my eye out for them. They're very high. They're priced almost close to $300. So, and we have another Nike outlet over at the another little town that's very close to us called Saratoga. There's another Nike outlet over there. They generally have more selection of shoes on the walls. This one just does. I mean, I think they just get so much traffic here that all this stuff, is going to sell out. And then they got to restock it. And generally, a lot of stuff here is all the same. You see all the same, like, Air Force Ones there.
They fit.
And they really don't have good selection down the middle either.
Like them or what?
But great
them?
prices here. Like, if you're looking for some Nikes, go to the outlet. Great deals here.
I like the gum bottom.
Scope out the wall.
I like the gum.
I mean, I like those 97s. They had a whole bunch of that same colorway though.
Pretty retro looking.
But I already
Whose company?
I like the 95s better, and I already got a pair of 95s.
Huh?
And
yeah,
I have too many shoes.
It's gonna
running out of space
contrast
to put
with whatever
shoes.
else you wear.
So
It's good to have a contrast.
But this is the outlet. So if you guys have a Nike outlet and you haven't been to it, go check it out. It's crazy good deals. There was someone walking out with I think like 8 pairs of shoes or 9 pairs of shoes, and probably because it was they got an extra 20% on top of 20%. I didn't even know. I wasn't even paying attention.
It's good not to be all
When
one
I walked in, we had just gotten there. We were there about 30 minutes before it closes. So my son debating about whether or not to get those 97s.
And you're gonna get 20% off of them too.
I mean, they have a whole bunch of those 97s there.
That's the only color they got.
There's
There's
95s,
95s.
like I said, I already got a pair, so I'm
I
good.
feel very secure. Like
there's some nice shoes here. Nice.
there's not really much on the 11s.
A lot of the same, but
really
nice
much in the
shoes,
11s.
yes, but a lot of the same stuff.
Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything.
That guy looking like he's walking out with a few pairs too already.
Huh?
If I had known that deal was there, I probably would have grabbed those Panda Dunks. Why not?
Comfortable though.
I could have resold them with 40% off. I could have resold them and made money on them. But this is Nike outlet. On the opposite side, it's more their retail. Down the middle, in the middle of the, in between the two walls, is more their retail side of things, more retail prices. There's no the typical 20% off that's along the wall does not apply to those in the center. But still, they have great deals there. But that's the Nike outlet, guys. And like I was saying earlier, if you have one in your area and you haven't checked it out before, definitely go check it out. If you guys are into sneakers or just want you just want a good pair of shoes, and you don't want to pay, full retail price. Just know that I think everywhere they have these walls at the outlets, and they're usually 20% off. And if you sign up on the app, I know if you sign up on the app for the first time, they'll give you a bonus percentage off. I'm not sure what it is, but they will tend to have bonus days where if you have the app or you're signed up with Nike.com, you'll get an additional percentage. So, and I'm just kind of hovering on the same wall here just because these are my size. I wear a size 11, so I'm in the 11 section. But look at all that wall. There's another whole wall over there of shoes. But that's going to wrap it up for the trip to Gilroy. And we're going to go ahead and go into the deeper dive. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all the shoes there. That's crazy. Tons of shoes. So that's going to wrap it up for the trip. And stay tuned for a closer look at what I actually purchased. Okay, so this is what we got from that haul. Going over to Gilroy Goodwill, still within our same county. Still a part of the Silicon Valley Goodwill Association or branch. So, first thing, these things caught me by surprise. These Pottery Barn rings, and they're just iron rings, set of 7. Pottery Barn, and I guess they're just for holding back curtains, you put them on you attach these to the edge, to the wall on each side of the curtain, and then you tie your curtains into these. I'm guessing not really my kind of thing, but once I saw Pottery Barn, I saw iron rings. As you can see, they are just what they are, iron rings, 2 rings together, one smaller, one larger. It's got like an antique, bronzy kind of finish to them, and there is 7 in each box. And you saw the comps. The buy cost is $4. If you guys didn't see that, $4.69 on each of these little boxes. Kind of wild that each of these boxes is probably $40 a box. So I'm gonna try to get these up pretty quickly. Actually, these I'm gonna probably put up tonight. What's tonight? Tonight's Monday night when I'm getting this video ready. So yeah, look out for these rings. Look out for Pottery Barn. I was doing a video of Pottery Barn alarm clock that went for like $30 or $40. So we'll see. That should hopefully sell soon, but Pottery Barn is a name to look out for, and look it up. Although I have purchased Pottery Barn stuff, or I have seen Pottery Barn stuff that isn't really that crazy valuable. But if you see it, look it up, comp it out, see what it's going to go for. But if I ever see these again, I know I'm going to be picking up Pottery Barn iron rings. We got 1. I don't know if you guys saw how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7. We got 8 boxes of these. 8 boxes. That's crazy. 8 boxes, maybe $40 a box. That's 4 times 8. It's $320 in this little bag right here, not counting everything else we bought. So, initially in that video, I think you saw, I was hoping to pick up all those Apple things, but wasn't going to be worth it. Now, the other thing, here's that Angry Bird pig guy. Angry Birds. There he is. Nice, and he's clean. It's very clean. $2.69. I don't know if you guys saw that in there, but $2.69 on that one. So there's the Angry Bird guy. Look out for Angry Bird, especially the bigger ones. The bigger ones tend to be worth more, go for more and more desirable. And like I said, look out for the I think it's the bald eagle one. The bald eagle one from the movie. That one goes crazy. Not sure what the current price is, but it's over $100 on that guy if you find him. But look out for Angry Bird. Look out for the pig. I've looked out for the little ones, and little ones don't really seem to be that great as far as resale value goes. And then here's the closer look at the hat. It does have some extra string here, which I didn't notice initially when I bought it. Kind of weird. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe a stitch came undone. But it has the rope around, which is one indicator that it's older, but not necessarily
just because it has this string going across it doesn't mean that it's older, or the rope going across it here, because there are some modern ones that do that. But then you got the Auto collection. Auto is an older brand, and of course made in Myanmar, so that also kind of dates it as well, where it's made from. Typically most hats nowadays come out of China, so. And it has the puffy. It's puffy. You'll notice the front end is kind of puffier. That is also too an indication of an older hat, as well as like this terry cloth feel. So all the indications are there. You have the rope across the thing. You have the terry cloth. You have the puffy front. You have the Auto collection. This is a vintage hat overall. Got the Auto on the back too as well. However, just because it's a vintage hat doesn't mean that the print is necessarily a vintage print on here. So I don't know. I've been trying to look this hat up. If you guys have any suggestions or if you guys seen this hat before, if you've bought and sold it, let me know. I don't know. The hat is definitely older. I don't know if the print is older. It's got Venom, kind of like in a graffiti style. It's got Marvel down there. It's not an official Marvel hat. I don't know. I have no idea if this is actually an older design or not. So still more research to do on that hat. But either way, I'm thinking maybe $20 on it. And then I paid $4.19. So $4.19 on that hat. So maybe a $20 hat. We'll see. We will see on that one. So we got that. So not too much as far as items go from that Goodwill. You saw how large it was, so you would think you would get more out of there. Maybe there would have been if we had more time. You saw I had all my family with me and their friends, so I didn't really have a ton of time because everybody was hungry. Then over here we have the sweater, which I wasn't able to find an exact comp on eBay, but that is super vintage. And just based on, there's the tag there. Closer look at that tag. Made in the USA, classics, size medium. It was $8.89. So just based on me Google imaging it and looking up other, I was looking at other not just eBay but Poshmark, and I'm not sure what else came up, but I'm thinking somewhere between $40 and $60 for it. So it does have, I noticed it does have a little bit of a issue right here. But I think that can either be repaired or it's very hardly noticeable overall. But of course, I'll be disclosing that in my listing. So these are like eyelids or something. Kind of crazy. Just like a bunch of little eyelids on top of it or something here. But very retro. Kind of reminds me of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for some reason. But cool sweater. Cool vintage sweater. Got all the other items. Got to get these ones up and listed. This will be easy right here. So as far as these Pottery Barns, once you get one listed, then you just hit unit. You just change the unit under the price. You change how many you actually have on hand, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put, was there 8? So 8 boxes of 7 rings. So that's quick and easy. And I have 7 an item. Quantity of 7, so that's good. We got the plush going, we got the Venom hat going. Great items for storage purposes, because the sweater I can just hang. The hat, I have plenty of boxes to just throw a hat in. This is a plush, which I don't usually buy plush, but I got some plush bins, so I've sold a few plush already, so I'll be able to toss this in a plush bin. Doesn't weigh very much. That I can throw inside a poly bag. The hat, I have hat boxes for that. That sweater just goes into a poly bag, easy. These here will probably just go into a padded poly bag. Again, we'll wrap this in a little bit of bubble wrap really quick. Although it's iron, so probably just poly bag. Probably just bubble poly bag, and send that out. So these are the things I like to do. And today I had a bunch of orders going out, and like 70% of it were bagged. And that was it. The other few bit of them were boxes, but it was easy boxes. So I did have a little trouble with a golf club. Turned out to be a little bit bigger than the box I actually had. So I kind of had to kind of stretch it out a little bit, add a little piece of cardboard on top, and get that sent out. So no big deal. Everything else was nice and easy, but I like it when the items I pick up are easy to ship. Always keep in mind about the shipping when you're picking up items. Make sure you can ship it, first of all. There's no point in buying something that's, great profit if you have no way to ship it or get it to the customer. So keep her out for these things. Pottery Barn, look them up. Look out for Angry Birds. Vintage hat, we'll see about that. Vintage sweater, probably about $50. We'll see. Either way, guys, thank you guys for watching, and please like, subscribe. Thank you to new subscribers, and let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think.